Go ahead. Michael Seth with the Fight Nerd. I'm here at Bellator 74 post-fight with Lyman Good. A victorious Lyman Good over Jim Wallhead. Unanimous decision. 2 wins in a row for you, Lyman. How would you assess your performance tonight?
I'm probably the most critical person when it comes to my own performance, and I don't look so much at the win as much as I can look at things that I could go back and look at and try to fix, try to better. I think overall my performance was more based on as the fight went on, something stuck, something worked for me, and I just stuck to it. But it's just a matter of now going back and just kind of going over fine-tuned things. But my opponent's going to be different this time around, so I'm just going to kind of study him and just train around him.
Guess not every fight could be a 13-second quick TKO.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, you look like you started to warm up as the fight went on. I know you did excellent inside the clinch. You did try to get a couple sneaky trips on you. You were able to not go to the ground with him. Did you get frustrated at all? Or, but you knew you were still confident. What was going through your head inside that?
I figured his game would be to try to just clinch with me, try to work the inside, but I trained for it, you know what I mean? And I was able to nullify his takedowns and just kind of stay strong on the inside, try to force his back against the cage. And I wasn't really frustrated, you don't really expect a knockout to happen. If you look for it, is when it doesn't happen, you know what I mean? I knew it would be a tough adversary, it'd be a tough opponent. It wasn't somebody that I was expecting to really put out. But, like I said, something was helping me win the fight as the fight progressed, and I stuck to it and helped me get that W.
And you're reestablishing yourself. You've been out for a while since, of course, your last fight, Bellator 65, was your first return to Bellator in a while. So talk about the long layoff. You battled some injuries. You took some time off just to kind of get yourself right. Talk about the layoff and being away from the sport for a while and how it's helped you kind of recharge the batteries.
You give somebody a taste of something, very, very strong, very, cherishing, something that you really enjoy, like the win that I had, when I had when I won that tournament. I feel like when you take that away and you kind of debase yourself from that, you start to rekindle that, that passion that you had to want to start training again, to want to do your best and try to go out there and just outperform and outdo yourself, So I feel like that's what that break was, that little hiatus that I had. It was just me kind of repiecing myself a little bit, reassessing, certain things that I need work on, and also just overall just kind of pulling apart from competition just so that I can focus on other areas.
I know you were asked at the presser, a few minutes back about Ben Askren, of course. I'm sure you knew the questions would come up. He still has the belt. He's the first one to beat you. You're the inaugural welterweight champ of Bellator. So, talk about you're only a couple fights away from getting back to Ben, and how do you stay focused? They announced that Bjorn Rebbe announced it'll be Mihail Zarev, your next opponent. So talk about focusing on the task at hand and not overlooking Ben Askren, even though I'm sure he's somewhere compartmentalized in the back of your mind.
Right. Well, I think first and foremost is to not overlook my next opponent. Because for me to think about Ben Askren means that I'm already looking past the opponent ahead of me. So I'm just going to focus on him, and like I said before, one step at a time. That will assuredly get me one step closer to Askren or one step closer to the belt. But I just had to maintain my focus and not dilute my mind with other things and other people that aren't important right now. And my next opponent is the only person I'm going to think about for now.
And talk about, of course, Tiger Schulman's, what that means to you. You've been there for your whole career. And also from Spanish Harlem, talk about New York. We don't obviously have MMA in New York, but how proud are you to be a New York fighter? And there was a lot of cheers in the house for you tonight here in Jersey. So talk about what that means to you.
Absolutely proud, man. I mean, Tiger Schulman is my blood and bone. That's where I started, and that's my loyalty. That's my badge of honor right there. Is the people that I trained with, and they brought me up. I could have been happier with a better family than Tiger Schulman's. As far as Spanish Harlem, going up from there's a sense of pride to it. Being Puerto Rican, Spanish Boricua, going out there and trying to do my best for my community. That gives me a sense of extra pride and an extra sense of like a jolt of motivation to go out there and do my best.
And lastly, the talent pool that's in the welterweight tournament. Talk about the challenge ahead and what you think of the rest of the class here in the Season 7 tournament.
Everybody's fair game. I mean, this tournament can be anybody's, and there's a plethora of talent in this tournament now, and you got a lot of tough people in it. So I'm very excited to see where this is all going to end up.
And lastly, thank you, sponsors, fellow training partners, anybody you want to thank?
First and foremost, Tiger Schulman's. I'd like to thank Ty Gear for their equipment. Also, Gamma Labs for all their supplements and basically giving me my artillery and all the endurance stuff that they give me for my training. And also Alienware.
Well, it's great to see you back in
And a
action.
future legend as well.
Great to see you back in the cage once again. Congratulations on the big win. Looking forward to your semifinal matchup. Thanks again for a few minutes, Lyman.
Thank you for your time.
All right,
It's good to be back.
Michael Stetzer, the Fight Nerd, with a victorious Lyman Good.